Okay, thank you once again. It is so great to have you with us this morning. I'm going to be talking to a good friend of mine who is doing a good thing for the community. Outstanding work, as a matter of fact. We just became fast new friends, and he does a great work, and his name is Michael Diggs. Michael, it's good to have you with us today.
How you doing, sir?
In addition to being a talented artist, the name of your business is Dr. Kingster's Cane, right?
Dr. Kingster's Canes and Staffs in Woodcrest.
Okay, how did that come about? Tell us about how that came about.
It's been an ongoing process. I took up wood shop when I was in junior high school, and I climbed trees for a living. I'm a tree surgeon by trade. And the two together, always dealing with wood, has enabled me to do this.
Right.
To come up with this and everything. And to come up with the concept and do what I do is because I want to help other people with their problems. And everybody goes to a doctor and have a back problem, whatever has a cane, get a cane, you all have the same thing. But
right.
This is something that they'll be more apt to feel like using because they're one-of-a-kind pieces. And they look better in the hand than the canes that they get from the doctors.
Okay, and your concept, you're an artist, obviously. You like you say, you're in love with the tree. If you're not up there working on them, you're making something beautiful out of the remnants, right?
And this is all most of my stuff is recycled wood because if I didn't get it and take it home, it would normally probably go to the dump.
Okay,
you know,
all
so.
Right. And you started, you say, in middle school, junior high?
Junior high school.
Okay.
I took up wood shop, you know.
Walk us through the process of making one of these. We don't have a lot of time. I want to make sure you get that in. You sell your wares. I'm going to ask you to move some of this because we want to watch a brilliant piece of your work at a time. Go ahead. Now, go through one of the pieces and give us an idea how it came about and how does it work.
This is a piece that's in progress to be finished. It's still... I won't say it doesn't have all its clothes on at the time because it's not probably your thing. I'm still sanding on it.
Okay.
And all of this detail in here, I'm making this detail in here, but the wood has a shape of its own. I'm not changing the shape much, but I'm putting the details in it. And as they go along, the wood kind of talks to me and tells me what it wants me to do with it, along with what I want to do with it. So we get together on the concept of what's going to happen to it. And this piece here particularly has been changing my mind on what I want to do with it because it's not only a cane, it's to turn out to be a putter.
Okay.
And I can't demonstrate here, but
I get it.
But it's a usable piece. I mean, you know, something to play around with. But I mean, you know, but it's a good sturdy piece of oak wood. And if I hadn't got it, like I say, they would have went to the dump.
The big thing I think that you said is that you found the wood, it looks like this basically anyway, and you just keep that basic, you think that maintains the strength and the interesting beauty of it as well.
Yes, sir. You know, and you know, they have a thing that they say, you know, that they want me to do, and this is a staff and it's a cane in itself because you got a handle and it's still straight.
That's right.
You know. Different pieces, and this
is piece. Called. You said this one is called what?
I call them apple head.
Okay.
Because of the shape of the head and got the face in it and everything.
Okay.
You know?
And you went around and you just went around in your mind until you came up with this particular style.
That's
the apple head.
I call it apple head because of the back of his head. It's got this apple-looking color to the back of it.
Okay. And you finished the start to finish. How long?
Depending on the piece, sometimes it might take 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
You know, I have a piece here that I've been working on for, my brother and I have been working on this piece here for probably 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Oh, that's
and it's still not finished yet.
Yeah.
And if you look at from the top to the bottom, it's the lady's hair. I call it a family affair because this is her hair going down her face, and her body comes around her man's head.
Oh, that's unique. Yeah. Then you got the man and woman face in there.
And then the child is behind the man.
And then the child is in there.
There's a child there.
Exquisite. Okay. All right. Very quickly, what are the prices of these? What do they run from? 100, 15, $1 million? How does they run?
That's pretty close, but we're gonna you know, we start at 50 and we go up.
Okay.
You know, it depending on the wood and depending on what details in the wood, and how they work for somebody, you know.
Okay. Well, I know you're going to do well. Now, you are local. You have a website.
I have a website. It's coming up out, drkingston.com, and I'll be looking for that, and it's going to have a lot of things going on in it, on that website.
Okay. You spend most of your waking time doing this, or you do other things? You're doing the trees as well. You're climbing the cutting trees.
That's my livelihood is climbing trees. I'm a tree surgeon by trade, and what I do, this is my hobby.
That's your hobby.
But it's going to be my...
Well, this is unique, and I got to tell you that sooner or later your hobby is going to become your livelihood, because it's great. And we wish you well. We're out of time.
I appreciate
We'll be
that.
back with more after these words from some of our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Jones,
I'm Alexis.
and we'd like to invite you to the all-new Legacy Chevrolet Cadillac Cyber Columbus.
This is coming on TV.
Yes, we're on TV. Wave to your mom.
New Chevy Impalas from just $16,988 and new Chevy Cobalts from just $10,975.
Come back to your legacy.
On this segment of the program, we have with us Tracy Gunter of Tracy's World, and we're just so glad to have you with us today. Tracy, we've had you before on the show, and you displayed amazing talent yourself in your own right. Now, let's go back and tell everybody, what is it you do? You deal with the hair, and you help people, bottom line. You help people,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Tell
Yes,
us
sir.
about it.
I've developed a method of hair replacement and a hair weaving system that help those with thinning and balding hair due to medications, stress, high blood pressure. There are many things. Sometimes poor practice in cosmetology, but many women now, from young to old, are experiencing baldness.
Oh, and it's kind of an art to what you do, because you say it's well done, and you say it is expensive normally.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So how do you get around the expensive part and make it available to people who just absolutely need to look better about and feel better about themselves?
Well, the whole thing is just building the foundation so that it's sturdy, that they can shampoo it, condition it. They can do what they do to their own hair,
Okay.
Which also helps to make it a little feasible for them, because they can also do what they need to do without always coming to us, and that helps cut the cost for them. It really, the thing of it helps build the self-esteem for the woman.
Okay. If a person is suffering from, God forbid, an injury, cancer or something like that,
Yes,
you
sir.
can put it back almost on a semi-permanent basis, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And-
It's more permanent than what most people use, the glues,
Okay.
the clamps.
Yeah.
This is something that is there. It does not, you don't take it off.
You don't have hair. If you don't have hair, you can't attach it. Is that what you're saying?
I build a foundation.
You build the foundation.
I build a foundation.
Okay.
And the process is it's a hair weaving that's done by stitching.
I see.
But there's about 5 different methods according to the thinness or the thickness of the hair, the condition of the hair, whether it be weak or strong.
How long does that take?
It takes about 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wow. You've been doing this how long, and what did you learn?
I've been doing it about 23 years.
Okay.
And I basically just started out with basic cosmetology, basic hair care. But when I started seeing through clients the problem of the baldness and how vast it had becoming, I wanted to do something that would benefit them, but that would help so that they don't see the gaps, the tracks, the parts, what most people are familiar with hair weaving. And so over those years of putting into practice what I had learned and then developing this method, I began to master it more and more and develop methods that are more natural looking.
Okay, and you started out wanting to do this, work in this area of hair care that provides a unique service. You started out wanting to do this, or what?
Yes, I've always wanted to do hair.
Okay.
But then when I saw the low self-esteem and what baldness does and what thinness does, and not understanding hair, hair care. That evolved into me wanting to inform and make more knowledgeable people of hair care.
Right. Where are you located, Tracy?
I'm on 13th Street next to TIC. It's 1141 13th Street.
Okay, and people can walk in or call for appointments or what?
Yes, sir. They're more than welcome to call in. I am listed in the yellow pages.
Okay.
I have a website.
You have a website?
www.tracysworldofbeauty.com.
Okay.
And walk-ins are welcome.
Okay, and appointments are welcome as well. You can do
Yes, sir.
appointments, you know, you got...
Yes, we have appointments and schedule for consultations, so we can sit, take a look at the hair and find out what would be best for each individual.
Well, Tracy, I know you're a hard worker. You've been on before, and I've heard the good work you do, and I hope you continue to have success.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back with more after this word from Voice of the Village and Gloria Strode.
Hi, I'm Gloria Strode, and welcome to Voice of the Village. Today I have two wonderful ladies from New Horizons, the Compass program. Welcome, Deanna and Laquita, one of those exotic names. You all do so much with the women that you work with at New Horizons. I just want you to share with our audience this project you have coming up and how the audience can participate.
Okay, our project coming up is called the Sister Stroll for HIV awareness. It's a walk to promote HIV awareness in the community. It's going to be held April the 9th, 2011 from 9 to 1 at Shirley B. Winston Park. That's off Steam Mill Road. And we're just going to come out and fellowship with the community and let everyone know how important it is to be aware of their HIV status.
Okay, so will you be doing on-site testing?
We will be doing on-site testing, free OraSure, which is the oral mouth swab test, no blood involved. We'll be doing that throughout the event, as well as giving out prevention, education material. There'll be other vendors there giving out pertinent information for the community, as well as we'll have raffles, different prizes. Everybody will have an equal chance to win the raffle prizes. The more they participate in, the more tickets they would get in the raffle to possibly get a prize.
Okay.
Yes.
And AIDS is very serious in the African American community. When AIDS first came about, people thought it was the gay disease. And we know that's no longer, you know, what it is, and we should be better informed. In terms of statistics and African American women, where are we in terms of how many of us are being affected?
Well, African American women are disproportionately affected by HIV and AIDS. We have the highest rates of new infections and deaths among African Americans compared to other races.
Okay, and what's the age group that's most at risk?
Well, with African American women, more African American women between the ages of 25 and 34 are dying of AIDS, which means they're contracting it at an early age, but they don't know it because they haven't got tested. So once they finally get tested, their diagnosis has progressed to AIDS quickly because they didn't have the proper treatment and medication early on when they may have contracted the disease.
Between the ages of 25 and 35, and possibly many of them are getting it as teenagers.
Yes.
Okay, I have my own story, and I always try to support the A Better Way Foundation, which is one of your board and one of your community partners. My friend was Miss Albany State University, and she actually got it from her husband, and she was 30-something when she passed away. And this is a very well-educated woman, and contrary to what sometimes the media portrays, it wasn't someone that was out in the clubs and being very, you know, living a very loose lifestyle. So it's a myth that it can't happen to women like me or you.
Anyone that's sexually active, that is unprotectedly sexually active, can be at risk for getting HIV.
Okay.
So we try not to label anybody. We focus on behaviors. We don't say if you're promiscuous or this type of thing. We say if you're having unprotected sex, you're putting yourself at risk for HIV and AIDS. And then we try to meet the ladies where they are in their lifestyle, whatever it may be, to show them the best way to protect themselves.
Okay. And so again, tell us, give us the date and how you can be reached. And we're going to do this in two parts. We're going to talk about the Sister Stroll, which is April the 9th, and then we're going to do a part 2. and we're just going to try to educate the community on what we should be looking for and what we should do to protect ourselves. So when is this event and how can they contact you?
All right, the event, the Sister Stroll for HIV Awareness, is April 9, 2011, from 9 to 1 at Shirley B. Winston Park off of Steam Mill Road. We can be reached at our office, which is 706-571-8936, and all the information, how to register, if you want to be a vendor, all that is on our website, which is www.columbussister.com.
columbussister.com. Yes. I like that. Thank you so much. I'm Gloria Strode. This has been Voice of the Village. Until next time, be blessed.
Voice of the Village on the Public Agenda is brought to you by Deborah Daniels, MD, Progressive Funeral Home, J.D. Kinder's Furniture, and the Furniture Outlet.
Progressive Funeral Home has stood as a beacon light for many families in Columbus, Phoenix City, and surrounding facilities since 1952 during the painful decision that must be made during the death of a loved one. Over 55 years now, you've come to rely on us, the staff of Progressive Funeral Home, for advice you and your families can trust, along with fair pricing and service you can depend on. Progressive, a funeral home designed to comfort the living, a special place to honor a loved one. So when you need a rise, you can call us at area code 706-685-8023 day or night.
Now we'll be talking to two great people, an old friend of mine, not old in age, but an old friend for a long time, my good friend Barbara Pierce. And we're going to be talking to Vera James, a recent author who has written a book called Children Who Come and Go. That's going to be the thrust of the conversation. But let me start off with Barbara, have you sort of set the framework for us about what you do briefly and the name of your company and the various things you do to enhance our lives in the media.
Okay, well, I'm the publisher and also the editor-in-chief of Unique Euphony Publishing Group. That's what I do. And what I'm trying to do now is to focus on those people that can't afford our traditional book companies or self-published book companies. Try to work with them, try to do some fundraising so that we can pay for some of the cost. And it's coming out really, really nice. I'm really getting some good feedback from it. Okay, so we just call you if I got a book idea, or I got a book I'm writing, or I can't write, or do you assist in the writing as well? How does that work? We start from ground zero. I see. Okay, because we have some people that actually come with us and say, I want to write a book, I don't know how to start. Right. And we'll sit down with them and go over the outline of the book. That's right. Starting from the cover page to the table of contents to the body, and registering it with copyrighting it and with the Library of Congress. Okay. I want to be very timely with our time because I think you have a great subject here, children who come and go. Tell us about that. Obviously it's a personal experience for you, Ms. James.
Yes, my youngest son died last year, May the 4th. 2010, of sickle cell anemia, complications associated with it. He's had sickle cell his whole life. It's an hereditary condition. That it's what it is about sickle cell. Sickle cell anemia is a condition that affects the red blood cells. They form a sickle shape at different times, and this sickling, which is called, prevents oxygen from getting through the pores of the red blood cells. And in this, different organs are affected and they cause pain, and in various parts of the body. And this goes on repeatedly for sometimes days, weeks, maybe months. And a lot of times the patients have to be hospitalized. They're giving blood transfusions sometime and pain medication to relieve the pain. And then at certain times organs break down and they have to have surgery. And that is just a brief rundown of it. But during his life, I kind of looked in on him and was his main caregiver when he was growing up. And of course, I'm telling you a lot about what's in the book, in which I hope people will purchase to read more about it. But as he became an adult, he took charge of his health himself. And he sort of got away from the caregiving I was giving him. And he got into a few problems there because it prevented him from experiencing the success with working with sickle cell to his benefit.
In this picture.
This
picture, this is where you are in your head about where he is, right? About where you are.
That was the really sort of the beginning when he started sickling. He was actually, to tell you about the picture, that picture was taken when we were interviewed, Kathy Sledge was working with the Columbus Ledger at the time, and she wanted to do an article. Her son was a friend of our oldest son, and she asked if she could do an article on our son and sickle cell anemia. So she came down to the house and interviewed us, and that picture was taken in the backyard, and he was almost 8. He was 7 at that time, and he was beginning to sickle. And so, have episodes of sickling. Right. And so that's when the journey began. Yeah. That's when the journey began.
You look at the picture and you see a great future, great
exactly.
expectant young man, and then
yes.
He has this kind of tragedy
yes.
happen to him.
Yes.
Right. But your idea is get check yourself out. Is that right?
Yes. The idea is go to the health department or other centers where it's available for you to be screened to see if you have a trait of sickle cell, because if 2 people come together with a trait, they have a chance of having a child, 1 in 4, that has a sickle cell anemia.
Not always, but
Not
most
always,
of the time it's
but
going to
most
happen.
of the time, yes.
Right. And Miss Williams, you and I walk in that parade every
Yes,
year with
yes, the
the sickle
walkathon.
cell folks. So it's just, we got to find a cure for that thing,
Yes, yes,
God
sir.
willing. So
Yes, sir.
I admire you a lot. I will get your book.
Thank you.
And I wish you a lot of success, and thank you for being a great mom.
Thank you.
All right. Miss Barbara, once again, go to your website. What do we need to do? The people out there who want to write, call you, right?
Yes, you can go to the website to get the contact information. It'll have the telephone number. It'll have also my email on there.
Right.
And if you can get in contact me, I'll respond to it immediately.
All right. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
All right.
We'll be back with more after this word.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Jones,
I'm Alexis.
and we'd like to invite you to the all-new Legacy Chevrolet Cadillac South of Columbus.
This is come on, baby.
Yes, we're on TV. Wave to your mom.
New Chevy Impalas from just $16,988. And new Chevy Cobalts from just $10,975.
Come back to your legacy.
Legacy, my legacy.
As usual, I'm always good to see my good friend Carol Gerdes. She is with the Columbus Times newspapers, and she's been doing this for years and years and years, and she's still enthusiastically fresh about it. It's good to have you with
Thank
us.
you so much.
We're talking today about Head and Shoulders, or?
Well, we're going to talk about Summerfest first.
Summerfest
Yes, that's going to
first,
come
okay.
up July 29th,
All right.
Friday. Of course, at the Liberty Theater.
Of course.
But we just excited because we've done so many great things recently, and we went to see America's Got Talent in Atlanta. We were in the audience. We saw Nick Cannon and Sharon Osbourne and with Howie Mandel and Piers Morgan. All these were there, and it was just so exciting. And I didn't know they would audition, but during the breaks, they had some auditions. So some of our talent didn't audition, but they were there.
They were there.
From Columbus, Georgia.
Okay,
That's right.
but had you known that, they would have been in that thing.
I
as
know,
well.
and you know where it was? At the Fox Theater.
At Fox,
so
yeah.
it's up the road a piece.
That's right. That's right up the road. And
Yeah.
it's just 100 miles.
So we had a nice group go up there, and what we did, it'll be a fundraiser for the Liberty Theater. So the Liberty Theater will get some monies in their treasury as a result of our going to America's Got
That is
Talent.
great. How much? You got to tell me. We got to do that again. Right. We need to make
We
sure
hope
the
so.
Liberty stays focused and viable. And
Absolutely,
it's
that's
a great
right.
tradition at that place, right?
And you know what? That's why we do so many things in
That's
the
right.
community. We not only have Summerfest coming up, Head and Shoulders will be, I think it's November 19th, but it's going to be on a Saturday.
Okay.
And we're working right now. We're talking to some people, get some great individuals in here to honor. And you know, last year we did honor a gentleman who was the CEO of Citizens Trust Bank. People responded so positively because not only are entertainers encouraging, but also people in corporations.
And business.
Yeah,
That's right. That's
absolutely. And for us to stay in business, it means that we have to know what other people are doing.
That's right.
Excuse me, and got a little asthma problem there with all this
That's
pollen.
right.
But now I also
Take
wanted
your
to
time.
say that Midtown Cakes is here, and that is owned by my daughter Tanya Williams. So all the things that we do,
Tanya in business.
Oh, is she?
Oh man.
And
time
you should,
flies.
You should see the things that she does. So anything that's sweet, desserts, And also she can do some catering.
Where she located?
Inside the Columbus Times newspaper,
Get out
Midtown
of
Cakes.
Dodge, in the
She calls
building.
herself a cake studio, yes.
Okay, okay.
So on the second Thursday every month, we have Minority Networking Night. So right now, we'll have one of your guests, Vera James, will be at our Minority Networking Night on May 12th, 2011. And then we're getting ready for Summerfest. So all the talent in the area. Now, Ed, as you know, we always want wholesome, clean talent.
Yeah.
Anybody does anything bad, they got to go someplace else.
That's right, that's right.
Because not only do we print positive news, we do positive events. And we've had the opportunity to have you at our events.
That's right.
Been there and
That's
seen
right.
all the great things we do, and
right.
we appreciate what you've done for the
That's
Columbus
right.
Times
That's
as
right.
well.
Thank you. We have a long association, you're right.
Yes, absolutely.
And you highlight good things in the community. That is really good. It is good.
Yeah, absolutely. And we need that.
It is, because you need to reinforce the people who sometimes wouldn't otherwise be highlighted or something like that. It's really good what you do. So
and you know, there's things that are happening. We understand some of the tragedies, and it's good to reach out and help people in those tragedies. But there's still things, roads to pave and doors to open in 2011. Sometimes we don't realize it, but it's there. And so these challenges are happening. We want to publish them in the Columbus Times newspaper. Ed, you know, the Tyler Perry Studios is right in Atlanta, Georgia. We have people that are getting jobs doing things on the Tyler Perry productions. And one in the Columbus Times recently was Jasmine Williams, a young lady here, and she has taped for a Tyler Perry production.
Get out of Dodge. You mean on screen?
Yes,
Get
absolutely.
Out of Dodge. What does she do on the show?
Well, she's playing a character, and she said, and that day that Tyler Perry happened to be in the studio, and he came over to her. She was kind of nervous, didn't know what she did, and he commended her for doing such a good job.
Oh, get out of Dodge.
I know, that's
and
right.
Gave her a part.
Don't you know it?
I
said, you know, no matter where we are, we have to be our best, do our best, because we never know who's in the audience or who's in the studio.
That's right. You never know who's watching or listening.
That's right. Same with your show.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, over the years, I keep saying this to you, but we appreciate what you've done and the contributions you made to make people happier and highlight good things in the community. That's key as well. So to you and your mom and your entire staff, we appreciate you. And now the newest entrepreneur in the family, Tanya.
Yes, Tanya Williams of Midtown Cakes. And by the way, this year my mother will be 90 years old.
Well, congratulations. On that happy note, we got to end. Till next time, this is Ed Harbison saying, you have a godly day.